because you're in this place of greatest renewal, you're in this place of ongoing birth, you're in the place, in the dimension, where the universe brings itself forth. You're really in the cosmic womb, in the cosmic heart. Therefore, where you're standing is in this incredible dimension where you're so supported by the wisdom of our ancestors, and at the same time, you're really willing to be this unborn new expression of evolution coming forth. Yeah? And so it takes a particular perspective and attitude and relationship with life and the universe in order to really tap into that. And this is why indeed I'm using that word, future creative abilities, because I feel as a humanity, we have developed lots of abilities, lots of different powers, and different creative powers, but we're not really tapping in from our future as this kind of the unborn dimensions of life, this place, as she said, this parallel dimension in some of the indigenous cultures also called the dreaming, where there is this pre-creation phase. And when you're in that, naturally there in that unified field of consciousness, pre-creation, intuiting what wants to come forth, what wants to be born. And when we are supporting that process, it naturally happens within ourselves as well. So it's kind of also a readiness and a willingness to really, really be alive to that growth, to that learning, to that embracing the letting go, as well as the stepping in and stepping forth. So yes, it's like a conscious surfing with life. If unity is given, so life is a unified reality, yeah? The question I had is, why are people not experiencing that? So what's happening inside that somehow our thinking and our perception, and therefore our perspective and our worldview and our behavior is fighting that? Whereas cosmologically, and at the deeper levels of life itself, it is a unified reality. For the animals it's given, for the trees it's given. Yeah. So what is it then within our human mind, or our human patterns and our human systems that somehow we disconnect from that? So once we trust first that the foundation, the kind of the primordial ground is unity. So what happens in that moment when we kind of trust and we accept that, we don't start to question that, is that when we are then not experiencing it, that we can then understand, even if I'm not experiencing it right now, it doesn't mean that unity is lost. It doesn't mean that I'm out of unity, just that it's not there in my awareness, it's not there in my experience. When we do that, we start to see that experiences come and go, but we are not fundamentally, we're not our experience. We are co-creators of those experiences. It takes place in the field of awareness. It rises up, it comes. It can be, can be very, not only real, but very much engaging us, yeah, in all our senses and behaviors. However, because it comes and goes, there's something else more fundamental that remains, which is awareness itself. The future creative is not working with that linearity of time, therefore not seeing future as past, present, future here, but future as this parallel dimension, and therefore this unborn dimension. So the future creative is always looking for ways, by tapping into the field of possibility, how you become a state attractive for that, and you can bring that forth. Understanding then that principle of wholeness, that the way unity brings itself forth is through a process of diversification. So what we could say cosmically we have as infinity, in the material realms is diversity. So the storyteller will now speak of the pattern that unites, the pattern that connects, and kind of really brings that out, into the world by telling this narrative of our unity in diversity, of our conscious evolution, of this new future waiting to be born through us. And so the storyteller works with that, these amazing patterns of thrivability, really coming all the way back from the code of wholeness.